It's been interesting times we're living in. Obviously, we all know that. December 3rd, 2020. I'm clearly seeing my lessons. I'm clearly seeing where I need to strengthen and where I need to focus and where I need to let go. And there's a massive shift taking place in my work. I've lost all of my clients, whether they finished out contracts or they signed on and are now in the midst of their madness and are backing out, which is part of my work, which is interesting to actually see that that's essentially what I do. I trigger you to your awakening. And I had such a long, hard time accepting that that's what I do. And that's why it was so difficult for so long. Because I didn't understand. When you're holding space for people's growth. And I'm the bad guy. So after doing this work, as long as I've been doing it now, it's helped me to see that that's just my purpose. That's why I'm here. Trigger you to your awakening. So I really learned how to understand everything is as it is. I really learned to understand that my emotions do not have to get the best of me, and I don't have to be a victim to my circumstance. I can actually choose the reality that I want to play in. And that doesn't mean doing something shitty, right? And saying, I want to play in a different reality now. F you. No. That means us being responsible for what role we play in each situation we're in. And being aware of that role that we're playing in the situation we're in. And not about good, bad, big, small, but just being present and aware of what your role is in that situation, in that exchange, in that relationship, in that business transaction, right? And really owning your role. Not from an ego perspective, but from the perspective of trusting and owning the truth that streams through you when you are there with an open heart, with compassion, with love, and with grace. So I'm here sharing my truth that I've been experiencing these last couple of weeks. It's been really wild. You know, I had this calling to come live back in nature. I was living in a high-rise in Honolulu, and I moved to a home which is at the entrance of a hike, a beautiful waterfall hike. So my view from my office is just the mountains, this beautiful range. And it's really helped me to restore and replenish, and I'm still doing it, of all the really deep, intense work I've been doing these last couple of months. Like, when COVID came, I was doing some really deep work with folks that were positive, COVID positive. And generally they had their oxygen masks on. They're at that space of, they may not make it. And I was divinely guided to sit with these folks and just hold space for them. A lot of them couldn't speak back to whatever I was bringing to the table, whatever I was posing as questions. They just kind of like nodded or used their eyes to communicate. But a lot of the times I was feeling what they wanted to communicate. I was feeling their thought process, right? I had one client that I was working with. She's Italian. She came over to America. She's Italian, Catholic. And when I spoke with her daughter prior to speaking with her, And I asked her daughter certain questions about her religion, her belief system, her character, to understand what her fears are. Right? So as soon as, staunch, devout Catholic, immediately shame came up. There's a lot of shame attached around the religion. There's been a lot of guilt imposed, especially for women, right? You must keep your legs crossed and be a virgin. If not, you go to hell. And I'm laughing because I'm a recovering Catholic. And I'm saying this story because these are all systems that we've been oppressed under, that we're all beginning to wake up to and deconstruct. So this woman, she must be like in her mid-80s, late 80s, and as I'm asking her these questions, what I kept hearing was, let her know that God will always be at her side. God is within her. And as soon as I said that, I could feel like this peace come over her. And she slept. And she woke up the next day and she started recuperating the next day. And it was wild because in that moment that I was with her, all that kept streaming through was like remind her of, the basics, remind her of walking in the sun, remind her of taking her vitamin C, remind her of resting, remind her of, meditation, remind her of all these very simple, they're so simple, we make them so complicated. These simple techniques that if we all give ourselves permission to adopt, we are reconstructing our bodies, we're healing our bodies in the process. Meditation, what's meditation? Realizing you're not a prisoner to your thoughts. Realizing you're not even your thoughts. Cloud meditation, for those of you that haven't heard about my cloud meditation and are beginning meditation or are doing meditation and you're realizing it's just not working, this is a really easy meditation you can do while you're brushing your teeth, while you're taking a shit, or while you're just sitting first thing in the morning, when you're giving yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. You're giving yourself 5 minutes. Just for you and your breath. You and your body, just you. No distractions. Just you. And you take 3 deep inhales and slow exhales. Feel yourself just calm wherever you are. If you're brushing your teeth, while you're brushing your teeth, you can. All right? And then your stream of consciousness is going to come in. Your thoughts are going to naturally come in. Our mind is a machine that's constantly spewing out this limited thinking that exists in our minds. Our minds are just a Rolodex of information that you've already experienced in this lifetime. So your mind is spewing out all these different ideas, and what you do is you take one of those and you put them on a cloud. You just watch the cloud go with that thought. You watch the cloud go with that thought. Don't you get yourself attached to it. You just watch the cloud go with the thought. Before you know it, it's out of your screen. And you come back like a typewriter. And another thought comes down, right? 1,000 thoughts come through, but just grab one of those thoughts and put it on the cloud and watch the thought. Don't get attached to the thought. Don't make a story out of the thought. Don't, just watch the thought. Don't make it a big deal. Don't make it a big deal. We make big deal out of things. And a lot of the times we make big deal out of things because we don't know our emotions. We want our emotions to be heard. We want to be seen, and we become boisterous from it. Check yourself. The more I do this work, the deeper I go, the more I realize the master is just silent. The master doesn't speak. The master just is. I'm on my journey just as you are. I've just woken up sooner than you here who's listening in right now. So I can hold space for you to wake up to this. So I'm sharing this with you guys to allow you to realize and understand that this is all about clearing levels, you know? This is all about experiencing life and experiencing it so to a point where if you're not fully aware and really paying attention to the constant changes that are happening, it'll swoop out from under you, right? And even if you are paying attention, it'll swoop out right from under you, because when we're in this practice of really owning this, the transitions, they become softer and softer as time goes, right? Don't freak out if things are falling apart. My life is coming to an end. No, your life is coming to a beginning. Things must be destroyed that no longer serve in order to create space for the new to come in. So I've lost all these clients because those are clients that I'm no longer here to serve. There's a different type of clientele I'm meant to serve. And that's the journey I'm on right now. It's really giving myself permission to have a clarity on what that looks like, so I can be of my highest service in the work that I do. So if any of this resonates with you, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to let me know. I have a YouTube channel that's up and running, and the link is down below. To go take a look, some of my past work, and I want to continue speaking deeper on these conversations more on the YouTube channel. So please come over, take a look, subscribe, like if it resonates with you, and spread the word, right? Because we don't need to do this alone. We don't need to walk this journey alone, guys. I was alone for a very long time, and that's the journey I needed to walk. But I'm here to let you know that it can be a wee type of ride. It can be. And when we are walking with someone that's been there and walking with someone that's really grounded in them being a vessel of information, that's for you, right? That's the work that I do. I click in, I tap in, and I'm receiving information for your highest good. So I love you very much. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any ideas of content you want me to produce, please feel free to let me know. What do you need to hear? What do you need to work with? What are you struggling with? What do you need more wisdom on? What do you need more clarity on? Aloha. Love you.